just a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday weekend. Looking forward to spending time with my family, and know everyone on the line is the same. I'm sure we've got people on the road traveling, and it is just coming up on that time of year that it really is a wonderful time. And you know what makes it even wonderful? Residual income. That is why we're all here. I know we're here to improve the lifestyles of our families, to be able to give not only money but time, especially at this time of the year for those that are less fortunate than us. And it really is quite special over the last almost 20 years now being in this industry and having a residual income develop. So there's just so much less stress, so much less pressure. You know, when I kind of look back and at my career prior to this industry, you know, it was also a very stressful time of year, trying to juggle all the time necessary to enjoy the holidays and to provide for my family, to take care of business, weaving that time within a job or a career. It was sometimes very, very stressful. And with residual income, it is quite remarkable how so much stress is relieved. And I know that's why we're all here, to learn how to build this residual income, building a massive organization here with Zege International. And it's such a wonderful time to be part of Zege. I know, talking with David Moses, Ryan Palmer, Rod Larson, all the things that are in store for the new year. It is going to be, 2014 is going to be a year that we will never, ever, ever forget here with Zege International. Certainly not that 2013 was, but I think 2013 was really the year that Zege took those major leaps forward in product, in technology, in infrastructure to set an international expansion, and setting the company up for 2014 being without a doubt the biggest and best year ever. And that's the same attitude that we must have as we look at our businesses. You know, 2013 we had just a out off the charts record for enrollment, for new groups, new teams, new leaders coming into our company. And now we want to use this time of year to really set that foundation, set ourselves up for all that's going to be introduced and advanced in 2014. This time of year, you know, over the last 20 years, this will be the 19th year for me coming through the holiday season. And there's two ways to look at it, and it's kind of interesting as I talk to individuals and across all, you know, parts of the company, the attitudes that people can have. One of two things. One, it is the holiday season, and you know, in my mind, I'm thinking, oh boy, you know, everybody's so busy, everybody's preoccupied. You know, I've got so many things to do. I'll just really get started. I'll really make this thing happen at the first of the year. Prospects aren't going to want to get involved. They're going to be too busy. And, you know, we can have that attitude, certainly. That's one that I had early on in my career. But the second way that we can think, and certainly the way that I know has advanced our organization leaps and bounds over others this time of year, is the mindset that, you know, this is that time of year when, if you think about it, people are much more aware than they are at any time of the year at some of the things that are lacking, some of the things that they would like to improve in their lives. We know the resolutions that are going to happen at the end of the year that everybody makes every year, and certain industries just explode. One being health and wellness. Everybody makes that New Year's resolution. I'm going to be more healthy. I'm going to lose weight. That's probably number one. People are kind of looking back and saying, okay, what happened in my job or my career over the past year? It has to improve. I want 2014 to be a better year. And we can take advantage of that, because those are the two things that we can offer with Zege International to people that can dramatically interesting how the leadership, those that are doing, I guess, the best, advancing pins, the higher pins, they all have that second mindset, and they're working with the leaders in their group to keep everyone pushing forward. It's that old, analogy of pushing a rock up a hill. We're at the bottom of the hill. We got to get the rock to the top of the hill, get it over to the other side. And it takes the most effort to get it from a dead stop, starting to go up that hill. And just imagine this boulder, 3 times the size of us, and we're pushing it up that hill. It's very, very difficult, obviously, but if we just make a little progress every single day, we make a little bit of progress, we'll get that boulder to the top of the hill, and when it's to the top of the hill, it will just take one finger to push it down the other side and just have it roll. If it was a snowball, we know what happens when a snowball rolls down a hill, right? It just gets larger and larger and larger. Well, the challenge that we have is staying consistent. And so if you've got pushing that boulder and we've got it halfway up the hill, if we let off the gas just a little bit, not only will that boulder stop, but we've lost that momentum, and that boulder will actually roll back down the hill right over us, and we'll be starting all over. So there's we have to, being aware of that, we must know that through this time of year, we've got to continue to keep that boulder moving, even if it's just a little bit, so we don't have to start all over at the first of the year. When our pipeline should be full, we have a lot of people and prospects in process, as well as people in our organization. So as leaders, we must make everybody aware of this and keep people consistent as possible. Now, this is also the greatest time of year, and we're going to hear a lot of, I'm ready to go, I love it, yes, I'm going to do this, but I need to wait to the first of the year, I'm so busy, and that's okay. We're going to get most of that. We're going to get a lot of that. But it's interesting that in the course of my career, I have the second mindset, and I figure, well, heck, everybody else is sleeping. The majority of people in the world are going to put everything off to the first of the year. That's okay, because now I can get market share while everyone's kind of sleeping. And I've had the greatest advancements in this time of year in my business over my career. I was reminiscing with someone a group we've got that's coming in, and they are fired up, they are ready to go, and holidays don't matter. They're professional people. I certainly know people that own businesses, people that are self-employed. They can't afford to rest through a month and a half, lose income. People with jobs, of course, they have a consistent paycheck, so they tend to back off a little bit. But when you have that entrepreneurial spirit, nothing gets in the way. And certainly we take time for our friends, our family, and all the things over the holiday, the celebrations, absolutely. But it's those times in between that we are consistent, and we're still working to put food on the table, to have a paycheck for our families. And so I was talking to this group, and the holidays didn't faze anybody, because they realize that this time of year people are more aware. They want to get healthy. They want to improve their lifestyles, and so it moves forward. So we were reminiscing, and I remember in a company, probably the largest organization that we had in that company. It was in early December, when a couple of the leaders joined, and I went with my family. We went up to spend the holidays with my family up in the Chicago area, and the phone started ringing off the hook. Here I am, ready for a nice, easy, nice, Christmas through New Year's, and the phone is ringing off the hook. I remember going into back bedrooms and, outside in the cold and, handling these calls, and that group just exploded throughout the holidays. The same thing we expect to happen with another group that's getting involved. And so this can be the best time of year, or it can be a very slow time of year. Point is, it's up to us. It's all in our mind. It's what we expect. It's what we can vision. It's our expectations that will make the difference. If I truly believe not allow us to let people down by not being available. And so, if we're prepared, the universe will give us everything that we want. If we're not, it won't put other people in our businesses and peril of not getting the support, of being disappointed. So first, we obviously have to set goals, as we always do. Do we have goals of what we want to accomplish throughout the rest of the year, setting up for 2014? If we have those goals, then we have to take the action steps to achieve those goals. And if we do have that mindset, then all kinds of things can be presented to us. I got a phone call from, as a matter of fact, yesterday, someone that just through the grapevine and Facebook and kind of tracked me down. They've heard about Zija, they're excited about Zija, and they want to get involved. And they ask me, what's going on through the holiday? Are you going to be available? I've got questions. I want to get started. Absolutely, of course. And it's just having that mindset. So we are in a position to help people, to advance businesses. Now, one other thing too, this time of year, and let's talk a little bit about right now this weekend coming up, Thanksgiving weekend, here in North America. We're going to probably be in contact with a lot of people, with family, with friends, and then through the Christmas holidays, the holiday season, we'll be even in contact with even more people. All kinds of parties, business parties, office parties, just neighborhood gatherings, all kinds of people, and perhaps being in contact with people that we've not seen for a while. And we must know how to approach them. We must know how to take advantage of those chance meetings. Being in contact with people probably we haven't been in contact with for a while. And what I always do, I never want to kind of get trapped in a position where I'm, at a Thanksgiving or a holiday party, and all of a sudden I'm going to unleash Zija on everybody that I come in contact with, thinking I'm going to start sponsoring people on the spot. What I do is I ask a lot of questions. It's a perfect time of year. Everybody's in a very good mood. It's the holiday season. There's some time off of work. So I just engage in conversations. I ask people questions. How was this year for you? What are you looking forward to next year? Has anything changed in your life? People are always getting into health discussions. I mean, they'll bring it up. Gosh, I need to lose weight, and all those things that we know, those conversations that happen. So I am really just gathering information. Now, many of us on the line certainly look a lot better than we did perhaps last year if we've been involved in Zija, especially using the burn product, dropping weight. People are going to ask us, wow, you look good. What's going on? What are you doing? So I resist the temptation, again, to unleash Zija. And I will gather the information that I can. I'll try to find those holes or those needs that people have or desires that they have through the conversations. And then I'll schedule an appointment to get back with them. Now, wow, you're looking great, losing weight. I mean, what have you been doing? You wouldn't believe it. I discovered a new product, and it's just crazy. We've got people we have people losing in 4 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pounds in a week or two. They're dropping 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 pounds in 30 days. It is just really remarkable. And, if you'd like to know about it, I'd like to get you some information on that. Of course, they would say, yeah, absolutely. Well, then I'll just schedule a time to get with them, especially if it's, on Thanksgiving Day or whatever. I'll schedule a time over the weekend to talk with them, where then I can get them through the process, as we know, that invitation of the presentation validation. And so I can maintain the integrity of our system, versus, when somebody says that, all of a sudden I'm going to rip into burn and tea and, everything that I'm doing, and Zija International, and we've got a great business. It's just not the appropriate time. That's chase people away or put a bad taste in their mouth. That's not what we're, together for. But I will get that invitation. I will get that appointment to speak with them when I have their full attention. I'll be much more successful at enrolling people if I do that, certainly respecting the holidays and the time. Now, the other thing that we have as a tremendous advantage right now at this time of year, not only health, not only prosperity, but people that are saying, well, I'll get started at the first of the year, et cetera, et cetera. And believe me, even now, 5 weeks until the end of the year, that's a natural reaction. People are busy. There's no question that they're busy. And it's a natural reaction to say, well, I'll get started or really pay attention the first of the year. But realize that when people start their businesses in 2013, all the way up to December 31st, everything that they do as they're getting started, including their first order bonus, is a tax deduction for 2013. And this is a tool that we must be aware of and how important that can be. When we are talking with people and sharing just a little bit, especially if they don't really understand what it means to have a business with Zeech International, they can we can help them understand the tax advantages. Everybody's going to get around to conversations about, the Obamacare and taxes and, how taxes have gone up all across the board. Well, how would you like to reduce your taxes for 2013? And we can share with them, we can help them understand, not only with getting involved with the company and those initial expenses be tax deductible, but how we can help them reduce their taxes in other ways. Obviously, when you start a business, first thing I did is sell my computer to my business. I got to have a computer in our business, tax deductible. Cell phones, at many of the holiday parties that people are going to have, we turn those into business expenses. Hey, all you got to do is introduce people, start talk to people about Zeech International. We don't have to go into huge presentations, but all of the food, whatever that party involved, hey, that's a tax deduction. Telling them how, hey, not only this year but next year, you can write off your cell phone, you can write off your cell phone bills, your automobile mileage. There's just so many tax deductions available to us when we have our own business. The same as any large business, we have the same tax deductions. So there's so many things that we can help people with through the holidays. Weight, prosperity, taxes. And if we are professional and we understand this information, we can deliver it in a compelling way so that people will make that decision much earlier than the first of the year. So I encourage everyone, when you're in any type of gathering, start conversations with people and ask people questions and find out what's going on. And I always love this time of year. How was your year? Because people are reflecting back over the year. How was your year? Was it a good year for you? How's business? What's 2014 look like? People have kids going to college. People, they're looking at retirement. They have all kinds of expenses that are beginning to happen. Well, how would you like to make more money on a part-time basis, not interfering with anything that you're currently doing? How would you like to save on taxes? How would you like to improve your health? And then I said, well, yeah, of course. And then I set that time that I can get together with them. And people take a lot of vacation time. There's a lot of time off from work and jobs. Perfect time to be able to get together with someone, to have a PBR, to have their attention when they're the most sensitive as they are at any other time of the year. So it really is a time that we can have that mindset. We're going to advance our businesses. We're going to enroll and get new people started. And they may not come out of the block fast, but at least they're set up for 2014. They can plug in. And I know the last Power Hour call of the year that'll happen in a few weeks will be powerful as the company starts announcing some promotions for this end of the year, what the plans are, the strategies are for next year. It's going to be a great time of year for people to plug in. this year. It's just mind-boggling what has happened. There's people that are still racing for diamond bonuses, the pin, the bonuses, leadership bonuses. They're not stopping. They surely don't want their group to stop, right? So there are a lot of great things that we can set as goals that we can set to accomplish by the end of the year, so that now we're set up for that explosion at the very first of the year. January, February, March into April is prime time. It's probably the largest window in our of the year in our industry. Because if you think about it, especially in the northern states and most part of the country, and certainly Canada, it's cold outside. There's not all of the distractions of the kids' sports and golf and hobbies and, all those outdoor things. People are typically have more time on their hands than they will any other time of the year. Perfect time to get businesses started. Perfect time to build and have that large window without all of the vacation distractions and all those other things that happen at other times of the year, in particular the summertime. So, it's all a matter of how we look at our business, what we want to accomplish, the people that we're working with, the key leaders in our organizations, the people that we've enrolled. It's just a remarkable time to help them prepare and get ready, and can you continue to enroll, set our goals. Also, it's a great time to set goals with the family. Start thinking about, meeting, those with families or, spouses, significant others. Sit down and map out, dream build. What do we want in 2014? I know that's something that we do every year, starting after Thanksgiving and, throughout December, in particular at the end of the year, everybody's thinking about, what in our family, what do they want to accomplish? My daughter graduates nursing school here in a couple of weeks. Really looking forward to that. It's just going to be, I am so excited for her. It's just an amazing young lady. And, she's going to be getting her first job, and, a nice paycheck. What does she want to accomplish this next year, as well as my son? And I know we've got a family vacation planned my son graduated a couple of years ago, and we've already got the reservations. We're going to Germany for a week or so, and just enjoy and celebrate their successes and the success of the whole family. But they have their goals. My wife has her goals. I have my goals of what we want to accomplish, and it's a great time to dream build. And not only is it dream building, right, what we want to accomplish. If anything was possible, what would we do? But it's also such a great feeling to know that anything is possible. There are no limits to what we can accomplish with Zege International next year. I mean, people have gone from zero starting their businesses to 5-figure monthly incomes certainly within a year. That is possible. Even part-time, that is possible. So we can set goals and know that we've got the vehicle that will help us accomplish those goals. I mean, most people that have jobs, they kind of know what their income was this last year, as we all do, but they also know what their income will be next year. Maybe they'll get a raise. Maybe it'll be 1% or 2%, if anything, which really is not going to change anybody's lifestyle. So that predictability, a lot of people, they just never thought that, wow, I could double my income? What would that be like? So we want to help people throughout this season, not only set their goals, but more important, expand the possibilities of what their lives can be like, what their families' lives can be like, and engaging in those conversations, talking about, I know many people on the line, that have qualified for some of the trips already, whether it's the Zip Point trips, the Diamond Club trips, Black Diamond trips, all those things that the company has, blessed us with and helped us, kind of live that lifestyle that we really do want to live. Talking about those kind of has in store. That gets people thinking, it gets people dreaming, and it's all about possibilities. I know so many people just have lost the, I don't know if it's the ability, but certainly lost the desire to dream too much, because you know what? Nothing's really going to change. Coming out of a recession, it's been rough. It's so many people, they've kind of lost why even bother, thinking, much larger than I have been thinking over the last few years, and we need to help them. There's really three things that we can. There's three pieces to what we do and help people expand their dreams. And first of all, it's number one, we have to have our dreams. We have to have big dreams. And if we have big dreams and we're possibility thinkers, then we can help, number two, other people dream. Those that have lost their dreamers, their dreamers have been reduced to virtually nothing. We need to help them get back, like when we were kids and anything was possible, and we're going to be whatever, firemen and policemen and doctors and drive Ferraris and, travel the world and, all of those things that we used to dream about before we knew the reality of what, the work world was all about, right? So we can dream. Once we dream, then we can help others. If we are not dreamers, if we don't have big dreams, how can we help others develop their dreams? And then the third thing is that we then have to make those dreams come true. And that's the fun part. Helping people move beyond anything they ever thought possible. You look at people like David Moses, been in the industry for a while, so when he's talking big, well, he's done this, but he's done it before, and he's achieved so much within the industry. And then you look at many of the newcomers, that incredible group, Chris Estes out of Kentucky. I mean, imagine just a few years ago this time of year when he and his wife were both working, a small child and another one on the way, and barely making ends meet, and all of a sudden, multiple six-figure monthly incomes. Just think about that. I know most people couldn't even fathom what that would be like. Can you imagine, making, a couple, $100,000-$200,000 every single month? What would that be like? Just imagine what that would be like. Most people can't do that. So we have to understand, and we have to be able to dream. We have to be able to see that at any level, whether it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70,000 a month, whatever our goals and our dreams are, we have to expand them to that point where we can see it. How do we do that? Well, we get around those people that have done it. That's what did it for me. I had always had good-sized dreams, but never the kind of dreams that some of these leaders in this industry that I've been with and have met and have been, opportunity to be mentored by. And that's what really opened up my mind and made possible a vision that was much, much greater. And whatever we vision, we can accomplish. There's no question. But if we don't have a vision and we don't have goals, then we're not going to even get close to what the possibilities can be with what we do. So we have something very, very, very special. As I said many times, I couldn't imagine doing anything else. I couldn't imagine not being in a position that our business, our income cannot change overnight to something very spectacular. We're all just one person, two people away from advancing from another a completely different level of our businesses, our lifestyles, and to know that we can pass that on, we can pay that forward to others in our organization, and that's the most important thing. But we've got to take care of our business first. When you're on an airplane, we've all heard that when they're giving the instructions on an airplane. If we lose oxygen, these masks are going to drop out of the ceiling of the plane, and if you have small children, make sure you put your mask on first, because if you don't have oxygen, you're completely useless to the little ones. They don't know what to do. Our tendency is to put those masks on our children first, right? But no, then if something happens to us, then they are helpless. We must take care of ourselves and our mindset. When we have the proper mindset, the big vision, the big goals, the big dreams, then we can begin to help other people expand their vision, their dreams, their goals. So this is that time of year when we can do just that. But we also have to have the action, the activity to make that happen. So I know everybody is getting ready to take off. I know tomorrow for the holiday here, Thanksgiving in North America. I wish everyone just a wonderful, warm day full of love with all those people that we care about that will be around. And let's get that mindset going. Let's start dreaming and talking and thinking of the possibilities for 2014. And you'll be amazed at what the universe will put in front of you if you do that. So with that, I don't know if there's any other announcements. Anybody on the speaker line has any announcements before we take off?
Real quick, Ron, this is Dave Albini. I want to first and foremost thank you for the information and your passion. And I also want to remind you, I'm dreaming big, and I've always dreamed big ever since you told me the story about your daughter, the concert, and the helicopter ride. And that sticks with me forever. And second, I want to say, the 30th, the event center, we're opening a brand new market with Gary Thompson and Ruth Claiborne in Sacramento. Go to the event center on the 30th of November. Get your people there. We will be there in force, and we're blowing California out the map. So everybody have a blessed Thanksgiving, and thank you, Ron, for all your contribution and your life effort.
Well, hey, Dave, thank you. That is awesome. I mean, again, there's business builders right there starting new markets at this time of year. Hey, what makes this any different than any other time of year? Well, it's actually better than many other times of the year. So, Dave, I appreciate your mindset, you, Gary, that whole group that are getting that new Sacramento market going. Anybody else? All right. Well, everyone, safe travels. Have a wonderful, wonderful, warm Thanksgiving. We're going to crank our calls out throughout the holidays, so stay plugged in. Lots of great news and announcements coming up. Appreciate everyone, all your hard work, your effort, and we'll get off the line now with a little bit of energy, or a lot of energy, excitement. Hey, let's dream. If you're a dreamer, let's hear it as we get off the line.
Great call. Thanks, Dr. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Going on and send them things for today. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Here's from Harry, Atlanta, Georgia.
Thank you, Ron. Atlanta, Georgia. Have a Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. You're right, Rex, Georgia.